Hello, welcome guys. Back to another video of how to AOE. And this time I'm joined with Inka.
Hello. Hello, everyone.
Inka is a Conqueror 3 at max, currently a little bit slacking. Back to Diamond 3 with you, I see.
Yeah, I've been messing around with different play styles and testing different builds and stuff.
Awesome. And basically he, we'll be going through my plans on how to play English and critique them a little bit, I guess. And hopefully he's gonna be nice to me and not too harsh. But it's I've kind of understood from the games in Diamond that I need to improve a little bit on my strategizing. So Incan here is has been kind enough to uh, agree to help me out here, which is awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be kind of our first kind of coaching session that we've kind of ever done, so it'll be kind of neat.
All right.
Um, so I was curious with the civs. Yeah, that'd be great. Let's pull up that learn tab and then
Yep.
maybe we'll just kind of go through each civ and kind of go through like a strat that you would ideally do. So for Byzantine, what is kind of your um preferred to strat versus a Byzantine player?
Right. Okay. So I've kind of categorized all civs into night civs and fast castle civs, which are the or yeah, fast castle civs as well as like boom civs, which is like the most basic division that you can kind of do when looking at all these unique civs. So Byzantines as well as Japanese, I would put in like the fast castle civ category, even though Japanese have the 2TC build as well. But I usually try to longbow rush them.
Okay, so Council Hall against Byzantine,
Right.
and as well as Japan.
Yep.
Okay, Abbasid and Ayyubid.
Uh, Same as previously. I try to get them before they get more villagers than I have PopCap.
Okay.
uh, and against Abbasid, I guess the first thing I try to deny is wood because of they usually get enough stone to go the second TC before my longbows get there. So by trying to deny wood, I try to deny their farms, farm transition, as well as just harass them in terms of like unit production, trying to deny the wood.
Okay. China Zushi.
Uh, I haven't played them against them that much. I know of two build orders, which is the first one being the I think it was double TC build order, which is already fine if I go all in, because usually all ins kind of counter the double TC strat. I also know the Jugnu rush, where they just spam an insane amount of Jugnus against you, and it kind of gets countered by English longbows because they just work so well against Jugnu. And I think Beastie was the one that popularized the Jugnu rush build.
Yeah, I think right now, at least where I'm playing, when you bump into China and Zushi, it's a really hard matchup. They're going
Mhm.
pro scouts, fast castle.
Oh, okay.
So I think um going Council Hall against them isn't gonna be a great play, but it has viability. Um, because of, you outrange their Zoogs and you can shut down some of their resources.
Yeah.
But it's really hard to do because of your mobility and just the castle timing that they have is so fast that they can turn it around on you pretty quick. And
Hmm.
since they have taxes, you can't really deny their gold forever.
Right. And with the pro
Um,
scouts under the TC, you kind of can't contest their food either, right?
right. Yep. So you basically have to. I think I think going fast castle with King's Palace is probably the best play.
Mhm.
That way you don't lose too much tempo in terms of like picking up relics.
Okay.
But yeah, if we can that one is a really tough matchup, kind of no matter what you do.
Right. Okay. Well, against the next two night civs, I go double TC and try to like turtle up until I hit castle. Usually by then I have, I think it was two full meals, so 16 workers on food. And I kind of let the opponent take um, take the deer with pro scouts, contesting it only with the available knight. That way, trying to get the opponent's knights away from me and my resources.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's a good approach.
Mm-hmm.
HRE and then Order of the Dragon.
I think I just recently played against HRE and I rushed him, and I think the dude was plat 2 or plat 3, and he gave up in the 10th minute of me rushing him with the longbows. So I'm kind of want to stick to that still. And
Okay.
as for the OOTD, I just don't understand how to play against that. So I kind of have a. So what I've been asking people and how to deal with it, and their answers have been more about you just have to have like twice as big an army, right, as them, and then you can kind of beat them.
Yeah, they're really hard to fight against because a fight that you think you would normally win, you won't, and things like that. So,
Mm-hmm.
I do think maybe a council hall and hit them sooner rather than later might be to your favor. But again, it's the pro scout meta which really puts them in a good spot. But you can potentially shut down their gold, which is the big difference, right? Because you shut down their
Mm-hmm.
gold and you can keep them from castle. They might have a bunch of food and they'll make a bunch of army, but you should be able to kind of um be on par with that. And food wise, like you can compete because your farms are basically deer collection. So
Right.
um okay, Delhi.
I must say I haven't played against Delhi. I think I've only had one game on solo ladder against Delhi where I think I went 2 TC against them and was fine, but as a civ I don't really know where they stand.
Um Man, it really depends because Delhi's still I see I haven't bumped into any Delhi since the last changes.
Okay.
Since they got a little bit of nerf. So it's tough to say what people are still playing, but I'm assuming most people are gonna be looking to do the fast castle with Delhi. Dome of Faith.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, man, it's tough to say because Delhi you could do like a villager rush and shut down their gold and really mess up their build order early, but it's so well in you probably lose. 2TC, if they go aggro and feudal, you could just die. But I don't think that's what they're gonna try to do. I think you go fast castle with with King's Palace is probably your best choice
Okay.
because the sooner you can unlock tech upgrades, probably the better, and then you'll be able to pick relics and kind of contest because he'll probably be looking to do fast castle himself.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Gotcha.
And you mm, denying his fast cast. If he goes don't, well, I think this one you have to scout it like to really make a good choice. You
Mm-hmm.
have if you scout Dome of the Faith, tapping up, you need to build council hall and basically deny sacred sites and gold and stuff like that, so he doesn't go to castle for free.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Contest his berries and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll have time to deny his pro scouts.
Right. That's a big one as well,
Uh,
right?
yeah. English mirrors.
English mirrors I love because I think if not 75, then at least 2/3 of my games are English. So I just beat them with experience usually. Going double TC, aging up into feudal with oh, what was it? Abbey of Kings,
Okay.
and killing the first sent out longbows that usually would push you off of a resource, killing them with the king, and aging up into castle behind it. I feel very comfortable, like turtling up and using my APM to get, kind of like just survive until I have the better production, the better income in terms of resources.
Okay. Yeah, I like that approach. It's just it's really hard to leverage Council Hall into a victory, but um, it depends on the map and the spawn too.
Mm-hmm.
If it's like cliff sides and really close, I'd probably recommend Council Hall.
Okay.
Malians.
Malians I've met on, I think it was Golden Pass. I don't quite remember the map, but I played against Malians using double TC as well as Council Hall. With the Council Hall, I kind of tr- up traded, if I could say, picking the right fights. But it's kind of hard because I at the time I didn't know much about their units, and the javelin throwers are like the perfect counter to longbows.
Yeah,
So I feel like it's more of a less of a strategy thing, more of an army composition thing. I try to go horsemen and longbows now against them, where the horsemen would get to the javelins and the donzos would be get wrecked by longbows.
yeah. I mean, trying to contest with Council Hall, like it just comes down to really good micro, like who wins the micro battle.
Hmm.
And then if you get enough longbows, so once you're like in like the 30 plus numbers,
Yeah,
your longbows are gonna beat even like jab throwers, but you have to have like a critical mass.
a dead ball.
It's a Yeah, you have to have a death ball. Your death ball would be hit death ball because they shoot slow and they overkill so much.
Yeah.
Um, but it's not ideal. It's a tough matchup. It really is. I think you're probably best to try like a 2TC type of play and into
Okay.
castle.
Hmm.
Um, Mongols.
Mongols, I've typically been countered by previously, because a good Mongol player will just wreck your eco red. With
Hmm.
two Keshaks, they can even take out most of your longbows and still be full HP. Um, I try to go double TC against them, for the reason of, and putting the second TC on woodline. That way, protecting my woodline and massing a little bit of spearmen, just and keep them safe during the fight as well. But massing, it would be like uh, 3 to 1 longbows to spearmen
Hmm.
army comp, where with the longbows I just try to get enough to a point where I have enough longbows to just start two tapping Keshiks.
Yeah. So do you? I'm assuming you don't usually get power rushed, right?
Yeah, because I play English and English are hard to get to tower rush.
Right. Yep. So yeah, I think go for 2TC, kind of secure that outscaling, and then play defensive until you get a big enough longbow mass.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that because yeah, that way you're scaling. The only issue, he can trade behind the scenes and kind of grow.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just trying to think,
Do you
as a
mean with the
Mongol.
silver tree?
With the silver trio with regular markets, they can kind of if they see your like if I see an English 2TC, which is what I usually see,
Right.
I'm dropping two markets,
Ooh.
um, and I'm just outscaling, your TC, your second TC. But I'm only getting gold back, so you do have versatility. So it's like I get like a tempo lead till about 15-20 minutes in the game, and then you'll kind of start overtaking because your villagers will start reaching a more useful point, because I start trading gold and I lose
Mm-hmm.
30% of my resources that way. So yeah, I think 2TC and then it's basically just like survive 15-20 minutes. If your opponent reacts properly, you'll have to basically survive 15-20 minutes and then you'll be good.
Okay. Dope.
Okay. I like that. Ottoman.
Uh, Same double TC usually, because I've only I've tried longbow rushing an auto player, but it ended up kind of in a stalemate where I didn't get as much of advantage as I would have wanted. I think what was the Ottoman horseman?
Sapahi.
Yeah, the dude got some Spahi out and just started obliterating my longbows with like better micro, because I had a little bit of spearman out, but it wasn't enough to just cover the longbows. So I kind of downtraded into losing any advantage.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, 2CC is a little bit safer. Um, though a prolonged delayed game against Ottoman is definitely a little bit can get scary. They
Mm-hmm.
just start scaling. They scale really well in late game.
Because of the free
Um,
units, right?
3 units and yeah, once you get to Impact, they get set up. It's pretty much GG.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not if you go Wingard, you might be able to compete. Roos.
Rus, historically I've double TC'd, but now I'm kind of iffy about the exception where they don't go Kremlin and choose the Golden Gate. So I'm thinking about longbow rushing this as well.
Okay. It's pretty tough to get a good longbow rush off against Roos just to shut down the wood and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think against Roos, you're probably gonna want to try to do like a fast castle, King's Palace. So you get
Okay.
your 2TC passively, and you'll be able to secure a couple relics here and there and get some knights out for map control.
Right.
Um, because he's gonna, it's almost guaranteed a Golden Gate into Fast Castle and start picking up relics and stuff. So you kind of have to get your own castle, pick a couple relics, and then just start scaling your eco.
Mm-hmm. And Rus is like the meta save in this season, right? After the patch.
Um, I would say it's not the meta civ. I'd say probably the most meta civs are probably gonna be Zushi,
And French.
China, French, Malians.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing a lot of Rus. I'm definitely not seeing Rus, but I'm seeing a lot of Rus too. So, but I've seen a lot of Japan. Japan's pretty good now. So there's
Mm-hmm.
definitely a decent spread. But yeah, Zushi is probably the most meta civ right now. It's pretty. I'd say it's overbalanced. It's definitely broken. So.
Okay.
Okay, so we've pretty much got all the civs, kind of a
Yeah.
game plan of what you want to do. Let's just try to find a game, and then when we see what our opponent is, we'll kind of adjust according to the map and all that stuff. So,
All right. All right. So, do you usually check like the stats of the opponent?
um, yeah, I would say I usually hop in and I'll go into ranked. I'll hit the ranked, and then I just overview like the current season. I hit the
Mm-hmm.
eye or like hover over their eye, and then I scroll down and just see kind of what their history is like. When
Okay.
it loads, sometimes it doesn't load.
Right.
Yes, didn't load. So it's either a new account or, and that's usually all I do.
Okay.
Mongols. Okay, so we're gonna kind of go into 2 TC here, and it's on Gorge, so hopefully you get a decent spawn here.
Forward gold incoming.
Right? Yeah.
Gold's here.
Okay. Yep. Can you scout?
So, do you scout on the edges of the map?
Yes, I do scout the edge of my map, and then I
Oh, there's a
north.
woodland here.
That's usually the closest I'll get to the edge right there. Kind of where your scout is. I don't get any closer.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't know if this is a mistake against the Mongol player, building a house here. But the idea is that I tower here later.
Should be okay. He shouldn't tower rush you. Though I do kind of think I would have possibly built the house like more forward actually.
More
And I
forward,
would've
like
tried
here?
up- Yeah, and I would have dropped the second TC.
Mm.
Kind of where that house is at, I guess.
Like here?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, 6 sheep. I don't know if that's good.
Decent.
Okay.
And you just head back south, right? With your scout.
Yeah. Actually, this
Are
is
you
a
gonna
little...
send,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna send those villagers onto food or onto stone?
These 5 I'll send to
Onto-
stone.
Okay.
Okay, should I ignore this?
Yeah, just ignore that. You can just shoot it real quick with your 2 villagers, do a volley and keep gathering.
There we go. Get scared.
Yeah, that's I think is probably the best reaction. Just shoot 1 volley and then.
So, Abby?
Sure.
And I should
yeah,
probably
then
scout him, right?
Yep. You got time. I would go to the northwest and kind of scout some of that area and then loop back to his base. Yeah, something like that. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would kind of prioritize getting your stone.
Oh, right.
And
Yep.
then,
Thank you. What about building a tower here already, or not worth it?
No, I would just. You'd have to collect an extra 50 stone. It's gonna really delay your second TC.
Okay. And about the second TC location, I'm thinking now here.
I would keep rallying to stone, by the way. I think it's
stone?
gonna be too forward. Yeah, because of your timing and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, especially against Mongols, I think you want to prioritize picking up all the stone that you need, and then you can just pick up your wood safely.
Mm-hmm. Thank God he's not paying attention.
Not paying attention, yeah. It's a good sign. It's a good sign. It's a very good sign.
Yep. Also overgathered gold a little bit. Because I put 3, as I usually do for the...
If you can put your second TC in front of your Abbey, kind of
Here?
pseudo on that deer pack, in front of that woodline, in front of that gold, that would be the dream. Because you're super secure that way.
Okay. Also got plenty of... So his scout was here. Conq.
Okay, pull your check your stone.
Yeah, I got enough. 9 wills, that's a little too much.
Yeah, send them over to wood. And those guys
We'll
drop
build
off.
the TC.
Yeah. Force drop off villas. Yep. And
There we
then.
go. So like here.
Yeah. I think that's a good spot. Push those deer in. Yep.
Don't cringe. This is I usually don't do this.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, go ahead and start shooting those deers. Those first two, yeah. That's close enough. That's not a big deal. That doesn't have to be closer, really.
Okay.
Yep, there you go.
So what should the villager split be right now after finishing this?
I'll go onto food. Put them on the deer, yeah. And then you can rally your second TC onto gold.
So Kashix, should I panic and make a...
Make your barracks, yep.
Okay.
On the
With or without the
south side,
panic?
grab a couple of your villages from your southern wood line and build a wall. Right there, yep.
Should I
put a
worry
gate
about
in
the
that
gate
wall?
as well? Okay.
Yeah, always put a gate. It's always worth the rebate and it's cheaper to do. Take your scout and bump that further deer. No, it's too late now, yeah. That's what I usually try to do, is try to kind of group all of them first before you commit to like killing one.
Okay.
You try to like push all of them in a group.
This is not well though. These guys try to fuck up my wall instantly. Okay,
Rally your second TC to your gold, by the way.
Yep.
Okay, it is. Okay.
So
and then grab maybe upgrades.
On wood probably, right?
Wood.
First.
Drop a second bear. Are you gonna try to shoot for castle?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Actually, never mind. I shouldn't, right? That's too
think,
greedy.
I think drop another barracks, grab a villager, and drop a wall there in between your two TCs on that southern line. Yeah, right there where he is. Go ahead and drop a stone wall right there. Or sorry, a wood wall. Make sure you throw a gate in it.
I don't like this position, but it is what it is.
On your wood line to the south, drop a tower.
Okay.
I've dropped it now towards the north.
More towards north? Like here?
Yeah, the northern side to get better vision. No, that's the south.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Send those 4 spearmen to the back. Yeah, yep. Kind of where those clump of houses are, drop a tower like right on your woodline, like next to those houses right there, yeah. So you can fall back to it. Drop a blacksmith. Let's see. I'm trying to go. Just hard to see your mini at the same time.
I'm gonna make it bigger. Hold on. There we go.
Next to the wall. There you go. Get your arrow text. You get +1 defense there, or attack. There you go. Yep, that's good. Too many villagers on gold, I'd say. Grab like 8 of them and make a pocket of farms by your TC. Yep, over there.
Oops.
Yeah.
Now I'm seeing kind of a problem of claustrophobia, like where I'm gonna put my farms next, like here. And since I'm
Yeah.
trying to go, I assume I get wheelbarrow.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, get your. You can get all your eco techs. Get your pickaxe. And then drop a couple of ranges. Garrison. Your main TC. Okay. Too late now. Yeah, whenever he gets into main TC range, you're gonna obliterate him with if you garrison.
Okay.
Drop the house. Oh, you're good. You already got it.
I'm building here. So
Um,
archery ranges, you said?
Yeah. Drop a couple archer ranges. You still have a scout or no scout?
No scout anymore.
Just 2 ranges is fine.
Okay.
I think.
And keep producing spearmen, or no?
I think you're okay with spears right there for now. Yeah, he went castle, so full like like 6 or so wood villagers and go on to gold.
Okay.
Go to attack that with the spears. Yeah.
Lol.
Your other TC, your second TC. Yeah, you're okay. You can potentially drop a tower right there.
Like here?
Right, yeah, now your TC gets some vision. Just with 1 villager is probably fine.
Okay.
Just keep your spearmen nearby. In the back of your base, drop maybe a couple more ranges. Kind of, yeah, back there.
Archery ranges?
Yeah, just with 1 villager.
Okay. Master micro right here.
Okay. Now grab some of those gold villages and drop your
Where?
shoot, it's kind of tough to say, but yeah, it could be right there, so you can defend your farms, and then pull your spearmen over there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's going Maskeshik. Rally spearmen. Get your +1 attack, melee attack.
Okay.
Get your mill upgrades.
So
Your
that's okay. Yep.
Okay, you're good. Your main TC needs to be rallying on the wood.
Hold on. Yep.
Okay, that's fine.
I'll just do this.
Yep.
So they don't overchop. Okay, aged up.
Okay, drop a stable.
Here.
Okay, and then drop a your farms. Get your food upgrade. Your
Okay.
gold upgrade. Your wood. Yep. Get your eco upgrades. You can just a rallying there. Yeah. Okay. Good. That's good. Keep rallying. Drop a prayer I don't know what it is. Is it a church for you guys?
Monster.
Honestly, okay. Make a scout
Yep.
from your stable. And you'll probably make 2 scouts.
Okay.
And you're just going to send one to the west and the north, and then you're going to send the other one to the east and north. Just to kind of see what he's doing, if he's trading and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Build houses.
Yep. Queue them up.
Okay, you do have queued up.
So do I start going
Yep,
crossbowman?
upgrade your... Yep, make some crossbows.
Okay.
DQ some of the stuff in your range and make some more stuff out of your barracks. Send your scouts out as well.
Mm-hmm.
Scout that first scout that you send it all the way west. Finish scouting your side of the map. Yep, and then go. Yep, exactly. And okay,
Should
so
I
you picked all
contest
the
this?
relics, I think. Yeah, go ahead, contest that. Just be. Yeah, you got plenty of spears. Get your spearmen. Are your spearmen upgraded?
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Kashik's here.
Okay, just keep scouting what you can. Go to that go to the south. No, take those villagers. Yeah, drop how many villagers you got? Okay,
25.
drop. Okay, they'll build those 2 towers and then grab like 3 of them to build 2 more towers. And then yeah, you'll have
Okay.
enough garrison space. And then you could probably grab one of those villagers.
Yep. One mil.
Hmm.
Tower.
And then no, just wall off that whole east side.
So like this.
Yep, just wall that.
Okay.
Get that army to the east. Go east with that army. Do you see there's a
Never
villagers on that
eat
wood
seaweed. Oh, okay.
right?
Oh damn, yeah.
Yep. Okay, go kill that. And move that.
That's a lot.
Yeah, back out. Take your archers to get out of there. Rally, make longbows. Make units. Okay, go back to your base. Like, leave your army fighting if you want, but just keep rallying units. Go to your base real quick and make some farms. Grab wood villagers. There you go. Make some farms over there.
Yeah, I lost this.
That's okay. Grab some wood villagers from the very back again.
Yep.
Grab like 2. Just grab a couple. Just grab like 2, 3, and then build more barracks. From your
So
stable,
that's a
make
manga now.
knights. From your stable, make knights. And from both of those, make knights. Yep. Grab another villager off of a woodline and build a siege workshop.
Like here? Or more
Sure.
forwards?
That's fine. You're gonna want mangoes. Keep rallying units. Back up your army a little bit.
Trebs. Okay. Should I start making men or no?
Keep making knights. Yeah, you can make knight arms, make siege. Okay, that's still going. Grab like your gold, check out your gold.
Damn it.
Blacksmith. Picks, get your +1 attack arrow. And your +1 defense. Don't get that melee tech, get the +1 defense.
+1 defense
Yeah,
here.
get that ranged attack, yep. Make siege.
Mangoes?
Mangoes, yep. Okay, keep making units. Send them back to work. Yep. Go to your wood line again. Grab 8 villagers, just 8.
Yep.
Go build a pocket farms. Yeah, he's definitely trading.
He's trading to here probably.
Take your knights that you got, send them up to the north. That trade line, yep. Make more siege. Gold.
It's fine.
You okay? Back to army, yeah. You can push that.
Should I not fight? That's 4
No,
tribes.
don't get that yet, yeah. You can make men at arms too.
I don't have them
Get your
upgraded
men at
though.
arms first. Yeah, you should, because since you're super gold heavy. Drop more barracks.
I don't wanna actually.
You need a bunch of men at arms to be able to kind of deal with this.
Can I start fighting? Yeah. No.
Yeah, you can take a little bit of fight too. Just be careful for those mangoes are coming out. Do you still have more cavalry?
Yeah.
Go ahead and
I'm killing.
just leave a couple there. Just make more. Yep.
Damn it.
Okay, just back up your army. Rally by the abbey. Yep. And burn down that Springle Tower with your knights before it kills all your knights. Or you can just leave your knights right there. May as well pick traders, I guess. And you can make a bunch of longbows too. But yeah, I would mass up some knights and stuff for the flank. For the next time he pushes, you can flank his siege.
Now I have food.
Did you get your mill upgrades?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should I go for the tribes?
No, you don't have an army yet. Just kind of wait. You can probably grab some of your villagers on gold, like the full half of them, and go into wood. Okay. What's this guy? He's mostly bows and stuff. So yeah, men at arms or longbows would be really good here. Just making a bunch of longbows or crossbows.
Fuck.
garrison those villagers. TG, yeah, just garrison those guys. You can try trying to flank with your send them a hunt to those and send your cab to hit those traps. Hit the spring on people with the traps, I think, honestly.
I think
Yeah,
this
he might just
is
have too
over.
much. Yeah, he might have too much.
Yeah, all my eco is dead as well.
Good game. Well played.
That was a nice try. The market scales pretty well. And he picked all the relics behind it too.
Yeah.
It's alright. Let's see. I think the big thing is just I guess floating resources and stuff like that. It looks like you do have your barracks and stuff hotkeyed,
Yeah.
which is good. But yeah, I think you just kind of started floating a bunch of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Three markets.
How many traders did he have?
15.
15.
One. I guess he
Okay,
had
so
more.
you
Let
killed
me
a
see.
bunch of them, but I think it was too late. Go to eco count.
Had like 20.
Yeah. I guess another thing is he you kind of idled your TC at some point,
Mm-hmm.
like 18 minutes in. It's almost like a flat line. I didn't notice either, so that's my bad. But yeah, your TC got like straight idled.
Yeah.
And then yeah,
I guess I was more focused on making the army. Mm,
and then I think are your TCs independently grouped? Like you had them under control group 4, I believe.
yeah, both of them.
Okay. Um, and then but later on you switched your control group 4 to an army.
Yeah.
Do you
Afterwards.
usually do that?
I do it when I have siege. So how I usually use my hotkeys is one for infantry, two for ranged
Okay.
infantry, then three would be for siege,
Okay.
and
Or
four would
cavalry.
be all of it.
Okay. So, and then once you switch your control group 4 from your TCs, what becomes your hotkey for your TC?
I don't have a hotkey then. I usually
Okay.
do H, which selects one of
And
the
that's why
home.
I think that's why that TC got idled then, because you probably
Mm-hmm.
switched over groups and then you're hitting 4 and you're controlling your army, but you weren't
Mm-hmm.
controlling your TC. So I think that's the first thing. That's maybe it wasn't the game here, but if you look at your eco line, when you stopped making villagers, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty much it was after your castle. You probably had your siege up. You switched it over to siege, and then it never happened because you had to manually click your TCs.
Yeah.
And then while you're microing and stuff, it becomes really hard. So what I would recommend is changing that hotkey would be one big thing for sure. And then
I
in
usually
general,
manually assign them. So what I could do is use 5 for TCs and just get used to that.
okay. Then another thing, if you hit, I think it is Control W. It should be Control W.
The
Um,
game's ended. I can't.
yeah, yeah. In game when you hit Control W, it'll select a wood villager.
Hmm.
So I think that might be a more effective way for you start dropping production buildings and stuff.
Oh,
Because a lot
okay.
of
I
times
didn't know that.
you're doing things and you're playing and you're fighting, and then when you need to drop production, you just kind of weren't able to like hop over to your base and then go to your wood line and then click a villager and do that. So you kind of need a hotkey for that. So I think if you could get the control W um, and be able to hop right onto wood, because if you look at if you go to the graphs real quick and go
Yeah.
to wood count. Oops, no,
There we
yeah,
go.
wood count. You'll see that you kind of start floating
Mm-hmm.
a ton of wood, and even floating more than like 300-400 wood is usually not a good thing, because you could be dropping production buildings or
Okay.
stuff like that. So once you started floating like more than 1,000, um,
That's
you lost
bad,
a lot.
right?
You lost a lot of tempo, whether it's farm dropping or military
Mm-hmm.
production dropping, and that was kind of a big thing. And that's kind of that wood gathering, like that wood float almost happened at the same time that your TC idled. So that kind of looks to me is that like your control groups on your armies kind of took over
Mm-hmm.
um your macro.
Yeah.
It's kind of what it looked like to me. And your food was pretty much where it needed to be. There's points later on where it started to drop down, but I think part of that, yeah, and part of that happened, and it's not a huge float. It's only 1,500 floats
Mm-hmm.
for food, which isn't too bad because you can pump out units really quickly. But I think you were limited at that point to only like maybe 6 or 8 production buildings.
Okay.
Uh, and since you were kind of behind and stuff like that, with that big wood float on top of it, that could have been like 12 or more production buildings, like 15,
Right.
which then you can just like pump out the army you need and take a good fight, or longbows or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I do think you do shy away from longbows maybe a little bit too early there too.
Okay.
Like after you lost that first mass, maybe we didn't need to commit as far as we did with that first mass, but after that first mass, the longbows died. You kind of stopped making longbows.
Right.
hmm
Okay.
But yeah, if you go to your settings, we'll adjust your hotkey for your TCs first
Okay.
and get you used to something else. Um, you should go to controls, right? Go to
Um.
game or
Game.
controls. I think it's control
I
view
don't
and
think it's
remap
game.
control. Yeah, it's controls view and remap
There we go.
controls. Um, building selection. On building selection, go to focus on capital town center and hit H 2 times.
This thing.
Hit H 2 times. Okay, and then the cycle through town centers, I would get rid of that. Just make that empty,
Cycle through
and then
town centers. There we go.
I just get rid of that, and then scroll down to select all town centers. It just keep scrolling a little bit, going, keep going, keep going, keep going. It'll say select all. Keep going. Yep. You can just put H.
Mm-hmm.
So now, this is the hotkey that I use. When you hit H 1 time, it'll select all of your town centers while you're microing your fights, doing whatever. You can just hit H
Right.
and queue up the features. And then when you want to jump to your main TC, hit it 2 times, and the camera will jump
Okay.
to there. And then, you know, at least there you can, shift over to your wood line or do whatever you need to do.
So currently, I haven't been using um, the F keys. I have the F keys as well. I was thinking of putting them on select all barracks, select all archery ranges and stables. So it would look like F1, F2, and F3, and for example F4 as well.
Okay. It's totally a preference thing. Like for me, for example, I use 1 through 4 for my units. I use 5 for my ranges, 6 for my stables.
Mm-hmm.
I use F1 for my special production building, like the Ottoman military schools or Byzantine mercenary houses, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I use my F2 for my siege, or sorry, for my barracks, my F3 for my siege workshops, and my F4 for like blacksmith.
Mm. Okay.
But it totally depends on preference.
Gotcha.
But I do use my 5 and my 6 still.
I can. I usually don't use my 5. I got 1 to 4 to select army, right? Uh, different through different types. Usually, if I have a horse mass, I assign it to 5 or 6. That way, because when microing fight, if I need to send them in like in the wood line or something, then I just hit 5 really quickly, then put them on cue them how to walk, and then just a move into their wood line.
So 5 is like pre-queued, select all, or select all calf, something like that.
I just manually assign it.
Okay. I mean that's something else you could do if you want. If your 1 is always your infantry,
Mm-hmm.
you could also do that for unit selection. And see, I like control groups a little bit more flexible. Like my 1 through 4, I like having more flexible than not. But if you go to unit selection, you can go to select all melee infantry and you can put it on 1. You can go select all ranged infantry, you can put it on 2. Select all cavalry, you could put it on 3. Select all siege on 4, or select all cavalry on 5, as you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
If you wanted to, but that would make it so you don't have to make the control group. It's just automatic when you hit it.
I think I'd rather
But
stick with
you lose
making them
control.
myself.
Yeah. I do think in terms of just now that you have 4 hotkeys, like you're used to using 4 hotkeys for military, I think 4 is enough. Like
Mm-hmm.
4 is hard to manage with your macro at the same time.
Yeah.
If there's like a raid going on or something, just send like control group 3 or something out there to go do something, but like and use the other 3 control groups to control your main army.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
yeah, um, the TC idol was pretty brutal because once you lost your hotkey for it, that's kind of when like it got pushed out of your macro cycle.
Right. But
But
now I'll
what's your
have
poke?
H.
Yeah, so
H
you
for it.
get used. H is just your control group forever for your TC, and it'll take a little bit to remember and to like muscle memory it in, but
Mm-hmm.
it'll come in handy that now you don't have to switch your TC group into a military group in late game and all that type of stuff because things like queuing villagers get lost in translation.
Yeah. And whenabouts do we usually want to stop making villagers? About 120, 140-ish?
I'd say 130, 120, 130 is kind of your goal.
Mm-hmm.
I would say aim for 130, I would say.
Right. Because in Platinum games, I could easily stop at 100 and just build military. And with the military spam, well, it all depends, right? Because usually
You
I
should
put.
be able to go up to 130 with no problem and just keep building military throughout it. Like eventually it'll get to a point where you're just constantly you should be making military as you go up to 130 basically.
Okay.
Once you're at 130, you can sustain constant army production while fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Your population count should never drop much lower than like 180, 190 once you're at 130 villagers. Because
Okay.
you can afford constant fighting. If you're at 100, um if you take a couple of bad fights, you'll start losing eco or like money. You won't be able to sustain it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is one of my least favorite maps, because of the claustrophobic farm placement that I have to do. Usually in more
Yeah,
open maps, you don't have to worry that much. You can just put 3 mills with farms and put a white tower beside them.
yeah, and then I mean, and you had like a bunch of wood floating and stuff too.
Yeah.
So maybe just like a good habit is like once you drop those that mill with the 8 villagers,
Mm-hmm.
maybe just grab. And that's the other thing when you build things, you kind of have this habit of grabbing like 4 or 8 wood villagers at a time, or all your wood villagers, and then you drop them off and you send them back to work. So it's a lot of like inefficiency there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's better just to grab one villager and build a thing. So maybe after you drop those mills, grab one villager and build a tower next to your farms. Grab one
Okay.
villager, and then you'll have some garrison space if you get raided.
Right.
But yeah, a little bit of a rough game, but that's okay.
We move. We move.
Yeah.
All right. Nah, it's fun learning. Cause generally I usually don't think about these things. Cause I played. How many games has it has it been now? I played about 700 games. So I'm just trying
Mhm.
to figure out which are the bad habits that I should get rid of, and which are like the fundamentals that I should try to keep. I know that looking at the mini map is one definitely that sometimes uh, I'm just not paying attention.
Yeah, it's good to check it every couple of seconds.
Right.
Every like um I mean I do it too, right? I mean, I've gotten up to pretty high in the ladder, but I still do it. Right? I'm not checking the mini map
Hmm.
longer than I should, but it should be in your macro rotation, and you should be checking it every 2 seconds, 3 seconds.
Okay.
You should be playing and then looking over, checking, obviously, depending on your opponent and kind of what's happening, you can do that less or more than you need to.
Hmm. Right.
But yeah, big thing I think is changing that hotkey for your TC so you don't have that weird transition once you start getting siege and a bigger army out in like kind of castle, mid castle.
Yep.
And yeah, just floating resources and building stuff with your wood villagers. It should be if you I think that if you go to settings real quick, and it should be um unit
Oh,
selection,
there you
and it
go.
should be control W, I think it is. Select all. Select cycle through villages gathering wood. I
Control
wonder if
C.
it's.
Nope.
I don't know if you want to cycle through, if you want to just select a wood villager.
Cycle through villagers gathering food. Yeah, so it selects one of them. Control Shift W, right?
Control Shift W. And you can change that to something that you want it to be more.
I think I'm fine with this because it's self-explanatory, like stone, gold, wood, and food. I'll try
Yeah.
this, and if I need to, I'll change it if I don't feel comfortable. Because I'm used to
Yeah.
hitting Control Shift C, which is to select all military, and then
Okay.
just. So how I do it is I hit Control Shift C to select all military, assign it to 4, Control 4, and
Okay.
then by selecting 4, then I see all of this, and then I just hit Shift. For example, if I want to assign siege, I just hit Shift on all of these, and then assign 3 to siege. Do the same with knights, or rather infantry and ranged infantry.
Okay. Yeah. I think definitely something for selecting a wood villager is gonna help you for your wood floats and stuff like that, because
Yeah.
there's so much that you can do with just that, right? You can just hop in, grab one villager immediately, and queue up a couple of things, and then, after you queued up what you needed, you can say, "Oh, I just dropped 6 barracks." You know, then it's worth grabbing like 4 villagers and doing it with 4.
Mm-hmm.
Or you know, grabbing a villager, you know, build a couple barracks, grab another villager, build a wall across the map, grab another villager, build a wall across the other side, grab another villager, build a tower over there. You know, it's just easier to be able to hop and do that, especially if you're microing army or during your macro cycle. You can just, you know, grab one villager and, you know,
Yeah.
it's going to take a few games. It's going to take a couple days to really get that muscle memory in, but once you get that in, it'll help a lot.
Okay. Nice. Well, this has been very educating. Thank you very much.
Of course.
Shout out to Inca, also known as Inca Games. You can find him in the description as well as the title. He'll be linked. And he mostly does 1v1s at a very high level. At least for me, it's a very high level. For pros, maybe not, but I'm sure for the average AOE enjoyer, it's gonna be nice checking out his games. So take a look at his channel as well, definitely. And any parting words, Inca?
No, it was really fun, and I appreciate you having me on, and I'm happy to help, and hopefully some of those tips help you out.
Yeah, for sure. Now it's just a muscle memory game, right? Getting used to it.
Exactly.
All right. Well, thank you for watching and see you next time.